Check out the title of this video. This is probably the biggest oxymoron, the most absurd oxymoron I've ever seen in my life, and it's not even trying to be a joke. Be patient when you go to the ER, officials say. Is this real life? The main focus many Canadians have is on Trump, is on elbows up, is on Indigenous reconciliation to forever. It's on climate change. Be patient when you go to the ER, officials say. 6 likes. I don't know the amount of dislikes. I don't have that extension on my computer set up, but I mean, this is where we are. This is not like, this is maybe something that you could, I mean, there wasn't YouTube back then, but 100 years ago during the Great Depression, or maybe during wartime when you've got a lot of your doctors overseas helping military people or something. But this is obviously just crazy incompetence, terrible planning, terrible priorities. That's my opinion, is that Canada has the wrong priorities. So there's one comment, although maybe there's more. Yeah, this person, there's zero reason to be patient with liberals that destroyed our country. I don't disagree with that. I walk into the hospitals and it's mostly full of immigrants. Yeah, it's not, I would say it's not the immigrants' fault that have come here, but it's the immigration policy we've had is crazy. That's not been my experience, to be totally honest. It's mostly, this is going to be politically incorrect, but it's mostly homeless people that look like they're trying to get warm. That's been my experience. It depends, obviously, the hospital you're going to, but I'm not saying homeless people don't have issues, but that's been it's been clogged up every time I go there in Calgary in recent memory with homeless people. And I don't know if there's no way they're all in there for the ER. It looks like a lot of people are just in there to get warm, but that's politically incorrect, but I actually don't give a crap if you're offended by that. Anyway, so we'll see what's happening now in this video, but I mean, the title of this video is insane to me. I'm sure to most people. Be patient when you go to the ER. That is probably the number one. I can't even imagine a time when you should be less patient. Can you? I think you could have more patience when you're being home invaded. When you're in the ER, you're already signaling that it's an emergency. What's the point? Then don't call it ER. Call it the somewhat urgent room.
Be prepared to wait. That's the message from the Sudbury Hospital as it's experiencing higher patient demand. CTV's Lindsay Alick reports.
Health science.
So it's obviously in Sudbury, but this should be a total ironically, this should be a massive emergency, I think, for Canadians. This problem, though, is not just Sudbury.
Sciences North shared a post Sunday saying they are experiencing higher patient volumes in recent days due to the impacts of the respiratory and influenza season.
We're seeing sicker people, so we're seeing higher admission rates. Typically we would see maybe 18% people that present to the emergency department being admitted, and today and over the last couple of weeks, we've been seeing that as high as 25%.
He says if it's a life and limb situation, you will be seen right away. But those with lower acuity could wait.
Tell that to the guy. I think his name was Prashit. Sorry, I forget the name, but the person who passed away just days before Christmas in Edmonton with, he went there with an emergency, and a lot of people in that hospital system deemed that as non-urgent, and he waited, and then he passed away. But look, this is obviously happening in Sudbury, but as Canadians probably are well aware of, this problem is nationwide. I don't even know if there's any area of Canada that's not having a huge problem like this. Maybe some places in rural Canada, the wait times are less, but also maybe the services aren't as broad. This video, I'm not even going to watch this. Investigating long ER wait times across Canada. Look, I don't blame, my initial response on this would not be to blame the doctors and stuff like that. It would be to blame the policy that's put in place. There's too many people in Canada, not enough doctors. So I don't know what you're really going to do about this. Yeah, this headline I agree with. Hospital wait times. Healthcare in Canada is in shambles. Ontario ER wait times hit record highs. That's 3 years. So that's 3 years ago. We've known this has been a problem. This has been a problem for sure for longer than 3 years. Record high hospital wait times, leaked reports, City News. That sounds like it's coming from Ontario. Yeah, Ontario Health Report. Global National. Canada has longest emergency room wait time, according to study. That's 13 years ago. Winnipeg. So again, like, Canada has the stupidest priorities imaginable. Anytime you hear someone going on and on about Indigenous reconciliation or climate change, they should be mocked. You should laugh in their face. That's actually pathetic at this point. It's not patriotic to think that even Donald Trump, if you're blabbering on about elbows up and how Trump and his tariffs are ruining Canada, it's clearly just incompetence in Canada that's causing a lot of this stuff, because this is not a surprise. Look, this one is 13 years ago. Global National. Canada's longest emergency room wait time, according to study. So anyway, I'll finish the video there, but this is totally unacceptable. In Canada, things need to change very quickly. If you've been to an ER lately, probably you had to wait way longer than you should have. But with that said, like the video, please subscribe. Have a great day.